We've talked about the capitulation of major networks, corporate-owned major networks in the face of political litigation and FCC pressure from this administration. And this week, CNN launched new streaming access, but they kind of stepped on that with news of a pivot at the very top.
It's never a good sign when a news organization becomes the news. And this has been happening to CNN for 10 years now, ever since Trump went down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists. It has been Trump versus CNN. You remember the fights with Jim Acosta, and then Trump calling them the enemy of the people, and then CNN got swept up in all the corporate shenanigans with AT&T and then Discovery, and now it's for sale again.
They're finally providing an all access in a pivot towards the mobile market. I think it's a good move. I think it's smart, and yet they stepped all over it with this news that Thompson is basically ordering the news division after a VIP meeting with West Wingers, asking the news division to tone it down on coverage of the East Wing demolition.
Yeah, that was not a smart call. Thompson was actually in the White House and he was showing them the new streaming app. And I think he got a lot of gruff from that.
Yeah.
It is such a strong brand and they just keep having these self-inflicted wounds. My prediction, if I take out the crystal ball, I think Skydance Paramount is going to buy it. And it's going to be merged with CBS News.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Warner Discovery is for sale. And Trump is very close with Larry Ellison, who's basically backing everything. So I think Trump has his thumb on the scale here.
Yeah, Larry Ellison's son is the head of Skydance.
Yeah, David, but Larry Ellison's money is really what's backing everything. So I do think Trump is going to tip the scale to theirs, and I think I would not doubt if CNN and CBS News become part of some umbrella news group.
And CBS, of course, started massive layoffs this week.
Yeah.
The Guardian called it a bloodbath.
Yeah, I was there for 14 years, and I heard yesterday a lot of my friends got laid off. People who put 20, 30 years into the company, which is really sad because it didn't have to be this way. It's another case of, these companies can't get out of their own way. And, CBS, it used to be CBS Corporation and Viacom. They were two separate companies. And then the Redstones and all this drama, they combined, and then they changed their name, and then they were sold again. So now Larry Ellison's son, David, owns it. But it's a shell of what it used to be. They've sold all the real estate. Television City in Los Angeles, where I Love Lucy, where all these famous shows were filmed, they don't own that anymore. They got rid of Black Rock, which was their legendary headquarters in New York City, where I worked for 14 years. It's a shell of the company it used to be. And
the layoffs are about 1,000 staffers on Wednesday.
Yeah. Yesterday was 1,000, and there's going to be more.
Wait, what does that signal to you, Jeremy?
I think it's a message to Wall Street.